Welcome back to another edition of the Picture Book Post. I'm Dr. Aaron Shaw. Today we're going to be taking a look at Extra Yarn by Mark Barnett and illustrated by Jon Klassen. So I'll tell you the exact reason I picked this book up. Right there, Jon Klassen. So I like his artwork. It's not super excellent artwork in that it's a great drawing. It's super excellent artwork in that it's super clever. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to read it just to see what I think, because to me, Extra Yarn is a pretty terrible title. The cover itself looks really boring. It just doesn't look that exciting. I mean, these colors are too mishmashy, and there's nothing about this cover that makes me say, ooh, I want to read that book, aside from Jon Klassen's name on it. I have really enjoyed Jon Klassen's books in the past. So I open it up, and we have the story of a little girl that basically has a ball of yarn, and she finds it and she says, well, I'm going to start making some things out of yarn, so I'll make myself a sweater that's really colorful, and I'll make one for my dog. And then the boy makes fun of her, and what does she do? She makes him a sweater. And so I'm not going to take you through the whole thing because I don't want to ruin it, but that's the concept of the book, is that she's got this ball of colorful yarn and she's coloring her really black and white world. And man, I tell you what, I was just blown away by this book. It is fantastic. By the time I got to the end of it, I was really, I can't say I was totally even surprised by the ending, but I was emotionally touched by the ending, which is saying a lot. I read a lot of picture books. And so we got to the end of this book, and it was fantastic. I knew it was going to happen. It happened anyway, and I just thought, oh, thank goodness it happened. So really, definitely love this book. The artwork is super clever as you go through it. Again, I'm not really showing you why it's clever because I don't want to ruin the surprise. But I really enjoyed the artwork. Every time I turned the page, I was excited to see what would happen next. Artwork gets 5 out of 5 for me. Storyline is fantastic. Story gets 5 out of 5. The writing itself is, not too long, not too short. It's just about right. And so for me, the writing gets 5 out of 5. We get to the end, it's expected, but it's still a really great ending. So for me, 5 out of 5. Overall, Extra Yarn gets 5 out of 5, even though the cover looks pretty terrible and the name is pretty terrible. It's a really great picture book, probably one of the best picture books I've read in a very long time. So I can't say good enough things about it. You'll definitely want to check this one out. Anyway, that's all she wrote. Thanks for listening to the Picture Book Post. We'll talk to you next time on the show.